Previously in this interview, you mentioned you are single.
Yeah.
Why are you single?
I'm single because I do not tolerate any bullshit. I'm like Judge Judy around this motherfucker, like for real. One thing about me is I cut people off. I also do recycle. So, I have cut people off and then spun the block. Well, they've spun the block and I've allowed them to spin the block. But I'm not doing that no more. I have like boundaries now. It's really great. But yeah, I'm single because I really don't play that shit and I don't have time to get disrespected. I don't care who you are, how much money you give me. I'm not dealing with it.
Now, what types of occupations or careers have people you dated in the past had?
Hmm. Uh, well, I don't date no rappers. I don't date no trappers. It's from one of my songs. No, but I really don't date trappers. I don't date rappers. I don't date trappers. I don't date scammers for real. I have dated a couple athletes. A few athletes. I've dated a couple athletes. I dated like one scammer, like mostly athletes. Being honest, yeah.
And is this the same type of athlete? Football player, basketball player, baseball player, soccer player, hockey player?
This sounds so bad, but shoot, everybody got a damn type, okay? I have dated a soccer player. I have dated a couple football players. I have dated a couple basketball players. Oh, I sound like a hoe. You know what's crazy? People don't even know this because I really am. Well, actually, they might. But I'm pretty low key about who I date. I don't post men because they're very embarrassing. But yeah, all across, I guess.
Is there a difference you noticed with the different type of athlete, the soccer player versus the football players versus the basketball players?
Yes. Football players are disgusting. Let's start there. They're absolutely horrendous, especially if you're dating one that happens to get hit in the head a lot. Then they have what is that called, CTE or something? They're really off. Like it's a real thing. Um, and then also, if they happen to be fine and have money, oh, it's over. Like, don't even expect for them to act right. That's just a demon in itself. Basketball players, I feel like basketball players are also terrible, as all men are, but like they're a little less terrible because they're a little more classy. Like basketball players are a little bit more classy than football players, and then soccer players are just like foreign. They don't even know what's going on in America. They think that this shit is just crazy. The soccer players. I've only dated one soccer player. The soccer player that I dated, he was like such a sweetheart. So I have nothing really bad to say about soccer players.
Now, overall speaking, putting all of the athletes together for this next question, what is dating an athlete really like? Maybe there's somebody watching this that hasn't delved into that type of
What
occupation.
is dating an athlete like? You go to games, you have a million bitches after your man. It's cool. Honestly, the only reason why I have dated athletes is because A, that's who tries to date me. Let's start with A, that's who tries to date me. And then it has been a lot of rappers that have tried to date me, but I don't like rappers. I don't want to date rappers. There's nothing about rappers that turns me on. I don't care really how big you are. I've tried to date like a rapper or two and it's just not for me. Like the lifestyle, being out all night, the drugs. That's just not my thing. I don't do drugs and I don't even dabble in shit like that.
You may have answered this next question. We can skip it if you felt like your answer was already sufficient. And if not, you can add on to it. Any pros and cons when it comes to dating an athlete, generally speaking, out of all your past history of athletes?
I guess like a pro of dating an athlete. I don't know. I'm never dating an athlete again. I don't know.
Why no more athletes for you?
Because I've had my heart broken, okay? I'm done. I'm not doing that again. I'm fucking sick.
When it came to the athletes you've dated in the past, how far, relationship-wise, has it ever gotten?
I've been in like full-blown relationships with a couple people.
Engagement?
You can read about it in my book, my next book. But I've been in serious relationships with a couple people, and then a couple people was like, on and off, very toxic, just toxic. So I've experienced both.
When it comes to this next book, you've already written one book.
Yeah.
And for people watching this, getting to know you for the first time that didn't see previous interviews with us together, what is the title of the current book?
The current book is called See, I Was Right. And I'm working on my second book, and it should be out around July of 2022.
Is this a sequel to the first book, or is this just touching...
It's a sequel.
Okay,
Yeah,
it is.
It's a sequel.
Is there a title to it yet?
Yeah, there is a title to it. But I don't want to say yet. I want to wait. I want it to be a surprise.
If people want to go find that first book, where can they get that?
You can find my book on Amazon. It's a pink book. It has red stripper heels on it. So it's pretty easy. You just type in See, I Was Right. It should be the first thing that pops up.
Anything else you want to mention about athletes or question I didn't ask? People want to know about dating one.
No. They're trash. Don't do it. That's all. That was it, I guess.
Now, what about sex? Is sex any different with an athlete versus a non-athlete?
You know what? That is a very interesting question. It really is. You might think like, I don't know. I really just feel like, there's good dick and there's bad dick. It could go either way. I've experienced both for everybody across the board.
Now, I know you're done with athletes, as you previously mentioned.
Yes.
Are there occupations you haven't had a chance to date with you'd really like to explore?
All my friends are like, why don't you get like a nice guy, like a lawyer or somebody? Because I'm like, I can't even see myself doing that. But like, I did just briefly date like a producer. He wasn't shit, but I kind of liked it because like he wasn't a rapper, but he was still in music. And I was like, I could date a producer, like not him because he's a skis ball, but I could date a producer if he fine and he rich and he like to spend money.
Now, because of just hearing the descriptions that you've mentioned about previous men that you've dated, has there been ever a thought just to stop with people approaching you to date you and maybe even taking on a serious service where, like a professional matchmaker, where someone would put you together with, but professionally done?
Right. Well, I'm not going to lie. So I did download this dating app, which I've never done a dating app, but it says dating app, but it's for like, I guess you have to like be of a certain status, have a certain amount of money or followers, like, and it like does super checks, like, and it's serious and like it's hard to get into. And I did download it, but it takes like really long to get approved, and I have not got approved yet. But I was like, maybe I'll see maybe I should be looking for people who like want relationships, I guess. Like, I feel like sometimes men just want to date me to say that they dated me, or like, oh, she's pretty, or oh, she's funny, like, and she got the good juice box, whatever, so I'm gonna keep her around and I'm gonna feed her money and she's gonna just be happy. But like, I want love now, so that's just not enough.
So you do want to be in a real committed relationship?
Yes, I do now want to be in a committed relationship.
Do you want a child?
Yes, I do. I really do.
You want a marriage?
I don't know if I want to be married, actually. But I do want to have a baby. I know people think that's crazy, but I don't really think that marriage is for everybody. And I don't really know if I even believe in marriage. I mean, I know it's a thing, but I don't know if it's for me. Shoot, if the right person comes around and that just makes sense, then yeah, okay, why not? But I don't see that happening.
So at this point, committed relationship, yes. Child, yes.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Like, I'll take a ring. I'll take a ring, but like, all the paperwork, it's a lot.